Hello, spooky crew. Our tote bag drawing is officially closed, and we just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who entered. We are so grateful for the love and the support, and we have loved reading your reviews. Missed the tote? No worries. We're still sending out high-quality vinyl stickers while supplies last. Just email us proof of your rating and review along with your mailing address to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and we'll get one headed your way. Quick promise, your address is only for mailing the sticker. No emails, no selling info, no funny business, just spooky gratitude. Thanks again for supporting the show. You are the reason we do this. You're listening to The Spooky Darlings, a podcast where three sisters get together and talk about anything crazy or creepy or paranormal or true crime. And today is one of our follow-up Friday episodes, where I think it's our 17th one. We're going to catch you up on things we might have missed, things that are going on in our life, and just give you a dose of true crime, catch-up fun, and sister banter. I mean, who knows? We never know what's going to happen in these episodes. But Haley, I think you're kind of...
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Nettie.
I'm Haley.
I'm Emily.
In the last 3 episodes that we've recorded, each of us, whoever is introducing, has forgotten to introduce us.
Yeah.
We're all doing it. It used to just be me.
And now it's just tradesies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Haley, you're going to kind of guide us,
Okay.
right?
Well, I don't know if you guys are watching any shows
Yes.
that you want to talk about.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
You go first, Emily.
Okay, so 2 shows. We finished Mr. In Between, which I know I had told you guys we were watching, the show that Ricky Gervais had recommended on a TikTok or something.
I thought you were going to say that Ricky Gervais was starring in.
He is not starring in it, but he recommended it, and I watched it, and it was really a great show. Uh-huh. And then we started DTF St. Louis, and it is not what I thought it was going to be about, but I always love Linda Cardellini. She is so great. And Jason Bateman.
Oh, I like Linda Cardellini too. It took me a minute to remember who you're talking about. And I love Jason Bateman.
Yeah. So it's a great show. It's kind of a mystery, and I'm really enjoying it. So I would recommend both of those shows. What about you guys? Anybody else watching anything good?
Well, obviously, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes.
Although I still haven't finished it, but
well, with all of this Taylor Frankie Paul drama that has come out with that video, and I have very specific thoughts on that. And then with
Dakota making sure that there's a child in between him and Taylor
his
Frankie
girlfriend
Paul,
who was losing her mind. And then when you see the body cam footage of recounting events leading up to Dakota recording, and I swear he smiles.
Oh, he does.
In the video, he's very pleased that she's making such a scene. But the body cam footage and the 911 call, I just really think this was a Darvo situation, reactive abuse.
Yeah. Well, the TikToks I've seen where people do the side-by-side comparison of Dakota and who's the Gabby Petito
Gabby
guy?
Petito and the guy who killed her.
Yeah, no one
about
cares
him?
about his name or anything. But Gabby Petito's boyfriend that took her life, the side-by-side down to the gestures, showing the injuries. See, I have a scratch. See, I have this. Yeah, she just overreacts. She overreacts. Literally quote for quote, clip for clip, almost the same. And then they cut to Gabby and they cut to Taylor Frankie Paul, and it's the same.
But also the calmness of Brian Laundrie is his name.
Oh, yeah.
The calmness of Brian Laundrie and Dakota from this whole thing, this incredibly
smug.
Yeah.
Calm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Joking with the cops and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta say, these Utah cops, they all need some education on dealing with domestic abuse. And I could not believe how much the cop in the Dakota situation was feeding him a narrative.
And how small Taylor is compared to Dakota. Dakota is he's very muscular, at least 6'2".
I think he's 6'2".
And muscular to 230 pounds. And Taylor is maybe 105 pounds. soaking wet. I don't know her stats,
Well,
but
and his narration, and listen, I don't condone violence. She clearly has a temper problem. There's clearly some issues there, but he's sitting there filming her going, look at you. Look at you. You're overreacting. Yeah.
Also, she was like screaming at him to get out of there, and he retreats further into the house. Still recording her.
And makes himself, first he says, your kid's over there. Your kid is over there sleeping. Then he moves closer to the child. And then it like pretty much puts the kid in between him and Frankie. And and she, I don't know. It's like, none of it is right, but
neither is he.
He is so wrong in this situation.
And it is so obvious that he is so pleased.
But that's not even, like, much of that isn't even on the Secret Lives thing. That's all stuff that's come out afterwards. I've just been watching Jordan, whatever his last name is, just self-destruct and say the stupidest things. I don't think I have seen one pro-Jordan like social meme, TikTok. No, everyone is like, who is this guy? What?
There was this TikTok video I saw of a person who was like just showing the stats of like, she's like, okay, so people want to say that Taylor Frankie Paul is canceled. And then she's like, well, let's see what the numbers say. And Taylor Frankie Paul has gained like over 100,000 new followers with all of this like fallout from after this video. And Dakota has gained like maybe 30,000. And then Jessie and Jordan. Jessie has gained, I think, at least over 100,000 new followers. Jordan has gained maybe 2,000.
Jordan's the worst.
He's the worst.
Nobody cares about dad talk. Some of the men, Connor has my heart right now. I love him. It's so weird how Whitney has made such a comeback.
The true leader of dad talk is Connor.
Connor and his magic tricks. They're it's so wonderful. And he's so supportive of Whitney. And I just love that there's no like a jealousy on his part of his wife, which is what I'm seeing from every other man on this show. They are insanely jealous of their wives or significant others' success.
Yeah.
And it's wild to watch. And it's weird because it's you know, that the patriarchy and it's Mormonism and it's like this structure built up where we are used to seeing a pattern where the woman molds herself to support the man. And it is very hard for a lot of men to even imagine molding themselves in the opposite direction.
I loved watching Whitney and Connor come to the house, like when Mom Talk goes to LA, and Whitney and Connor come into the house, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, hi," greeting each other, and Connor's just like, "Look at her abs! Look at my wife's abs!" Just so proud of her with like everything she is doing. And then he takes the reins of his own life rather than relying on his wife to entertain him like Zach and Jen. He takes the reins of his own life and he gets his own hobby, and it's magic, and it is magical.
He's so good at
Emily,
you got to start watching.
I need to watch it. Sorry, guys. I will.
No, don't be sorry.
Well,
sorry, we just talked right in your face about everything. But
oh no, you're good. I'm excited to see it.
It's good. I think I'm like halfway through episode 5 when I started to fall asleep. So I still need to keep going. But gosh, what was the other thing? Oh, the other thing I loved is that like in the first episode when all of the dads are going over to do the Vanderpump Villa, and you can tell the women are upset. No one wants their husband or boyfriend to go, even though they're like, I mean, of course I told him to go if he wants to. I'd never do that. And Whitney's like, well, I told Connor I didn't want him to go. I loved that honesty. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to go if Whitney doesn't want me to. And she's like, I don't want him to go. Look what it did to you guys. Look at the drama it caused with Mom Talk. Like, why would I want him to go? The purpose of, like, she literally said the purpose of Vanderpump Villa is they put a bunch of hot single people there and watch them interact, and they're going to send their husbands over. And then Jordan. And Jesse's like, I'm concerned. These are my worries. Like, you know, what if someone flirts with you? And his response, of course they're going to flirt with me. And with the most degrading tone. He said it like, you fool. That like was the undertone of everything.
And his undertone was definitely, if I have the chance to sleep with somebody, I'm going to sleep with them.
He's just nuts. And he's not even a good friend. I have so many awful, he's a terrible friend to his friends. He's an awful husband. They are getting a divorce.
Yes.
This is not on the show. This has all happened after the show aired, but she is divorcing him. They had a prenup. He was hoping the prenup wouldn't be valid because it protected her business, her family business, but it apparently is valid. He also tried to file a restraining order so that she couldn't go do interviews and talk about him.
He's just the worst. I have a little bit of a theory about Jessie talking about her prenup on the show because I think she was just like, I'm going to talk about this on the show and maybe give him some hope that there is some sort of loophole for him. And he is going to watch it and immediately go file for divorce. And he fell right into her trap.
Maybe. I mean, she's smart.
She's very smart.
And so cute.
So cute. So successful.
I love the way she dresses. I love her hair this season.
She was successful without mom talk.
She
with
was.
her salon, and she opened a school. And yeah, I just love it.
I love her. I think she's been my favorite this season. Okay. All right.
Sorry, Emily.
What? Don't be sorry. Why?
Okay.
I don't know. Any other shows? Have you been watching anything else?
I have been. I love the show High Potential with Caitlin Olsen from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I think she's just such a great comedic actress, and this show that she does where she plays like a high intelligence person. The original show I think was called High Potential Adult or something like that, and this one's just called High Potential.
I've watched it. I love it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I adore Caitlin Olsen. I think she's such a fun actress.
Yeah.
She's so fun.
Yeah.
I've watched a few episodes of that. I haven't watched the whole first season, but I've watched a few and I think it's
That's
fun.
a fun, like, I just want to chill and relax and let someone else solve a crime instead of me for once. The crime is usually who didn't do the dishes. It's really easy to solve every day.
Yeah.
It's Lola and Natalie. And then who didn't take out the trash? That one is also easy to solve. It was Theo.
And I just guessed that one. Call me a detective, a trash detective.
Pure intuition. But yes, I will call you a trash detective.
Thank you. That's all I wish for. Okay, I am reading a book. I'm like halfway through it right now. It's called Behind a Locked Door by Sarah A. Denzel. And it's a true crime for sure. You know, it's a story about a psychology teacher who she's visiting her friend who like kind of not under mysterious circumstances retired early, but like it was a surprise to everybody. And she goes and visits because she has a farewell present from the staff at the school where they teach. And she is over there and hears a baby crying in the basement, but this woman is single, no kids.
Weird.
And so she tries to go into the basement where she hears a baby crying, and her immediate thought is like, oh my gosh, a baby somehow crawled into my friend's basement.
Right.
The door is locked to the basement, and the friend is like, no, this isn't what you think it is. And so she goes downstairs and finds a 17-year-old who had had a baby 1 week earlier. And she's like, I've been down here. I gave birth down here. And also there is a mysterious man in a mask who I guess from the 17-year-old said was visiting her. And so it's just kind of like this mystery unfolding of like what was happening.
Wait, but it is a true story?
No.
Oh, you said true crime.
I did say true crime. Okay. It's just nonfiction.
Yeah.
Crime fiction.
Fiction.
Crime fiction.
It's fiction. Crime fiction.
False crime.
Realistic criminal fiction.
False crime.
False crime. False crime.
Yes. False crime book.
False crime fiction.
Sometimes I get my words mixed up. I'm sorry.
It sounds a little bit to me like what's that one by where The Night She Left or The Night She Vanished or something like that, where the girl is like has a tutor. Do you remember this one? It was a Lisa Jewell book.
Oh
gosh, it was devastating.
Then she was gone.
Oh, it sounds a little bit to me like that.
Well, but this girl did not run away. This girl, her mom had just passed away. She was pregnant. And she said that this teacher was like, here, I'll help you. And then locked her in the basement. And it's still a lot of like unknowns right now.
Okay, don't
I'm
tell
like
me anymore.
halfway through. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you anything more.
Sounds like a treat.
I didn't spoil anything because that is all is told at the very beginning. So
I'm not worried.
Yeah.
But I will probably listen to it if I get a hankering.
Yeah.
Which I will, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Emily, do you want to talk about the podcast we've been listening to from those lists that you found?
Yeah. Who was that? Who's the TikToker that we've been following with those lists? Let me find it. It's just been so much fun to listen to. The list is Watch and Listen. Watch and Listen is the TikTok account. And she's just been posting a bunch of different like podcasts that are amazing to listen to. The most recent one that I heard was Normal Gossip, Season 2, Episode 1, Grandma's Best Friend, Dot. And that was a super fun one.
I think I'm listening to a Normal Gossip one right now that's the hot pepper incident.
Oh,
did you listen to that one? Oh, tell me about...
but they're really fun. They're usually just kind of like a story. I don't know. It's something totally everyday, but they tell it in a way that's interesting and then get everybody's takes as it goes. And it's just a fun format. I really enjoy it.
The hot pepper one is funny because basically this girl just sets out a bowl of hot peppers at a party with a bunch of boys. And all she says is, because they're like, you challenged us. All the guys, they're like, you challenged us, because they have one of the guys at the party there to eat those peppers. And she's like, I just set them down and I literally said, I'll just leave these here. Everything that happened after that was all your own doing. But of course, they all had like a competition. And the one guy that was the one that was on the show, he decided he was going to try to beat the system just by swallowing the peppers whole. And then what happened was he started to have symptoms of like very severe burning when he ejaculated. And so he thought he had an STD. So he went and called all of his previous sexual partners from the last 2 years, told them all that he thought he had one, asked them if they did. They were all like, no, man. Sorry.
That is very responsible of him, I must say.
I would say get it checked out first before you call everybody. Like,
Also
go to
that-
the doctor.
Get it checked first.
I think all of this was like part of the conversation. And then he does go to the doctor, and then they put 2 and 2 together and realize it was from the hot pepper. So he then had to go back and call everyone and be like, hey, guess what? If you were worried.
Never mind.
Oh my gosh. I haven't listened to any of these. I need to listen.
Oh, they're so fun.
Oh, I really like the Normal Gossip. I think I'm going to subscribe.
Yeah, they're super fun. There have been a couple This American Life's recommended on there. Fiasco was a really fun one.
The belt buckle one.
That was from the mystery show.
Yeah, I loved that one. And then the first one you recommended, which was the hit, the hit.
Oh, The Case of the Missing Hit.
Case of the Missing Hit
That was so good.
I would listen to it with Brent because I want him to hear it because I think he'd get such a kick out of it.
I'll have to put that
one.
on.
And then also the Gregor.
Yes.
That one, Gregor on...
What a neurotic guy.
Reply All, right?
Yeah, Gregor loaned CDs to... Who's the musician?
A pop star who ended up becoming pretty famous. But I don't want to... Just don't...
He loaned CDs to a pop star that became pretty famous, and he kind of wants his CDs back.
The pop star sampled the CDs in his music. And it was kind of his trajectory to fame.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where...
dirty, dirty dog.
Oh, you got to listen. It's really
Okay.
quite a lovely story.
It is.
Okay.
With the most neurotic person. Like, just, oh gosh, I loved it. And I just listened to another one where I feel like it just kind of, I don't know if it was one of the ones on the list or if it just was one that played after the ones. And I can't remember the name of it, where this guy tried to do a call-in show. He has like a podcast that's like, pretty successful, but he tried to do a call-in show once and then it didn't work out because he said only one person called in. But the entire episode was this woman that called in and who asked for help getting in touch with her estranged father, who had moved to the Philippines like very suddenly when she graduated like from college.
Whoa.
And then just never contacted her again. And then she found out he started another family and named his daughter her name.
Oh my gosh.
So she's like, he has a second family and he gave his new daughter my name. And so anyways, it's like trying to contact this man and coming to terms with like who this man is. It was quite an interesting listen.
Oh my gosh.
It's been fun though to listen.
Yeah, I would totally recommend listening or checking out that TikToker.
Yeah.
What was the name again? It was Talking
I don't remember.
Watch and Listen.
Watch and Listen. And I think she got the original post she did, her part 1 was from a Reddit post where someone said, what are the best podcast episodes of all time? But then she
started with the Reddit post, and then she went from responses. And it's all been really, honestly, just top tier listening. It's so much fun.
I think we should all say what our very favorite podcast episode, like just think about anything you've ever listened to since you started listening to podcasts. Oh, what was your favorite podcast episode of all time?
Mine is hands down Radiolab, Smile My Ass. It was such a great episode.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
And it was
Smile My what?
Ass. Smile My Ass. And it's just a hilarious story about the guy that started the first Candid Camera show.
Okay.
And it takes you on this journey, and it is immaculate.
I actually
You've got to listen to it.
I think I did. I think you recommended this to me a few years ago, and
I think I did over 10 years ago. It was it's so much fun. Like, that's probably my first favorite podcast that I've ever listened to.
Haley, how about you? Do you have one?
Oh gosh. I mean, I've listened to so many great I would have to say, I think this is what got me started on podcasts was Serial with Phoebe Judge, the Adnan.
Was that Phoebe Judge?
Was that Phoebe Judge?
No, that was Sarah Koenig.
Criminal.
Serial.
Criminal is Phoebe Judge.
Serial was the Adnan Syed with Sarah Koenig. And so yes, that was my first true crime podcast ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that gripped me too.
Totally good.
Yeah. I think he's out.
My first podcast experiences were Mormon Stories with John DeLynn. And there were so many ones where I just was so fascinated by hearing other people's stories. Mm-hmm. But I would say the podcast episode that stuck in my head and the story where I was like, everyone needs to hear this story was an episode of My Favorite Murder where Karen told the story of a man who got lost while running an ultra marathon in the Sahara Desert. And his survival story. He was lost for like 72 days in the Sahara Desert. Mm-hmm. And Karen is a riveting storyteller. I've said this before. Mm-hmm. So is Georgia. I was so enthralled with that story and the way she told it and what this man did to survive that I tell everyone. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, do you know how he lived? And people will be like, I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to give it away. But she based it off of an episode of I Survived, like Karen likes to do. And that one's just, I loved it. Mm-hmm. If you have not heard it yet, listen.
It's riveting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember that story too.
It was so good.
Yeah.
What a story of just like grit and just determination. Mm-hmm. And it just makes me feel like, I mean, I guess I feel the way about one of the ones that was on the list that the girl we were talking about, I just keep forgetting what it is, was the story of that rugby team that crashed in the Andes.
Oh, yeah.
And I've heard that told multiple times, but I felt like the one that I heard that they recommended was the most detailed and gave the most positive, like we got to hear all the positive parts of it. Mm-hmm.
That was You're Wrong About. That
You're Wrong About.
You're Wrong About. That was so good.
Oh, gosh.
And I have to say also, probably my second favorite was an episode of This American Life. You know how they always have kind of like 3 acts, but there was one, the episode was called What Lies Beneath, but the part that really like captured me was this segment about this 3rd grade class that had a drawing that they had named Bob's sister. And like, it was just like this whole classroom of 3rd graders was just like obsessed with this drawing, and they like lost it and had a funeral for it. And it was just like such a touching, amazing story. I don't know, they just take these little things and make it into something that just captures your attention. It's really incredible.
Yeah.
Bob's sister, a drawing.
It was a drawing.
Oh my gosh, I've got to hear this.
You've got to listen to it. It's good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Well, as you both know, I'm a little obsessed with the Epstein Files, and I've been listening to a podcast called the Epstein Files Book Club. And it's 2 ladies. One is a comedian, one is a journalist. I feel like the way that they cover it is really great. And then also just kind of trying to sort, fact from fiction. sort out just some of the things that it's said in there, because as we know, not every name that's in Epstein's emails is like someone who participated in anything, but we have, like, it's very important to kind of suss out the timelines of everything and who, what, where, when. And I think these ladies do a pretty good job. And then also that way, because I know I've hit my limit every now and again when I've been going over all of this stuff. And it helps make everything what all of the Epstein files is unpalatable, right? But it makes it at least a little bit palatable.
Just the way they present it and talk about it. Yeah.
And I feel like it's very respectful. And they're interviewing very interesting people who have like written books or have like done very investigative reporting on especially certain people who are connected to these files.
Okay, so it's called the Epstein Files Book Club. Okay, I'm totally going to listen.
Yeah.
Okay, but you were also listening to something about the Epstein files from Sinisterhood. Am I wrong?
Yes. But
okay, what was that one called?
Just Sinisterhood and their Epstein Files series that they're doing right now.
Oh, so they're doing an ongoing?
They've done like 6 episodes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm kind of behind. I love that podcast, but
me too.
I'm behind on it a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I so appreciate the research and stuff that Christy does, and I think she for sure gets a little more into like the nitty-gritty details. So just, listen with care.
Yeah.
To both of those.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Good good advice.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on in our lives? Anything besides our sources of entertainment?
Oh, man. I mean, Zane just turned 14 and we're celebrating this little kiddo. I can't believe his voice is getting so deep. I can't believe it.
No, when he walked in yesterday when I was at your house and he walked in, I thought he was 7.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. I had to do like a double cake. Well, first I had to do a double cake.
Yes.
Then I had to do a double take.
Mm-hmm. And oh my gosh, yeah, he's just getting so big. And then I'm taking him to Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
And so Disney World and Universal Studios, Harry Potter World, and Star Wars.
I keep forgetting that you're going all the way to Florida.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll meet Florida Man.
Oh, yeah. I'll keep an eye out for him. So that's what's going on in my life. Feeling a little nervous about flying, especially just with the things currently happening.
Yeah.
Jason feels a little nervous. I'm glad this TSA stuff, I believe, has finally been like solved, but I don't know how quickly, because the DHS is being funded, but they've blocked funding to ICE and to Border Patrol. But this, the Senate's still shut down.
Yikes.
So,
well, listen,
but
I'll come pick you up.
TSA is approved.
I'll come pick you up wherever.
Thank you.
In my car. It might take me a few days, but I'll swing by.
Can you bring this one?
Swing by Texas and pick up Emily.
Yeah, bring this one with you.
So it might take me a few extra days.
I'm there. Let's do it.
Oh, I've just been directing music for Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's been taking up most of my time. But right now the choreographer's in town, so I don't have to run any rehearsals for another week, which is awesome.
Nice.
And then, that's about it. I mean, kids, all the norm, but
yeah.
Busy.
Emmy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've just been working and fixing some stuff on my house.
Oh, yeah.
It's the usual.
I was just going to say, you reminded me when you said you've been working on your house. I did just spend the last week building my closet, and I feel like such an expert now with closet systems.
Yes.
If anyone wants advice on how to plot out a space and turn it into a closet, I'm your girl.
You are going to help me rip out my closet cubbies and put in a better system.
I would love to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Tell
really
me what
happy.
you would do if your closet was a super dumb shaped closet that's like really skinny on one end.
Well, I'd have to take a real good look at it. And then
I'd
I'd
have to come visit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That's step 1. I'd come and visit you.
Step 1.
And if we
trip
can
to visit
squeeze
Emily.
in the closet, we will.
Perfect.
I had a little bit of an update on the cryptid that I talked about for Louisiana. When I talked about the vampire Jacques Saint Germain, and then we talked about who could he be today. And I don't know how I missed this in my research because I really did so much research. But there was a guy in the 70s and I think through like 1983 or 84 named Richard Chambray, but he also went by Richard Saint Germain, who looks exactly like Jacques Saint Germain, Jacques de Saint Germain.
Oh my God.
And claimed to be him. Not only that, he was an alchemist. On live TV, he turned lead into gold. On
Shut
like
up.
Sally
Wow.
Jesse Raphael.
And I loved Sally Jesse
I
Raphael.
don't really know what happened to him or where he went, but
We need to find him.
he does have like a birth date. But I was thinking about this, like if you were an immortal being and you had to keep kind of like reappearing in life, and maybe part of your game is that you still always identify as who you are, you'd have to have some kind of birth story. And if you have the kind of wealth that the Comte de Saint-Germain seems to have, you'd be able to just pay off a family and give yourself an origin story, which is why I would like to go back to Rasputin being the Count of Saint-Germain.
All right. Let's look into this.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. He had those piercing eyes.
I would just say, if I were his manager,
Yeah.
I would suggest not going on TV.
Right.
You know, like that's a pretty fast way to blow your cover.
Right.
I just don't think he can resist.
He loves the attention.
I wonder if that character ever made an appearance in What We Do in the Shadows. Because you know how like that whole series, like there's like famous vampires that kind of like come in and make appearances. And I just don't remember. I wouldn't have known because I didn't know anything about it. I wonder.
Now you have to rewatch the whole series.
I do.
Oh, no, darn
I
it.
love that show so
It's
much.
so great.
It's such a good one.
It's been my like go-to recently. Well, Nettie, you have brought up this
Okay, yeah.
Rex guy.
Rex Heuermann, he's the Gilgo. He's on trial right now for the Gilgo Beach murders, right? He's apparently was planning on pleading not guilty. So this is the crazy part. He has been saying he's not guilty. He was pleading not guilty. His wife is like, my husband would never do this and I'll stand by him. He has now, I don't believe his arraignment is until like April 8th or something or 9th, but he has now changed his mind, said he's changing the pleading, and we won't know exactly what happens until that date. But we do know that he has been exchanging letters with the Happy Face Killer.
What?
And the Happy Face Killer apparently gave him the advice that he will be treated better in prison. He'll have a better life in prison if he pleads guilty.
I didn't think that they would allow prisoners to exchange letters like that.
I was surprised as well. But yeah, apparently they have been like corresponding.
Man,
Yeah.
serial killers love each other.
It's so gross.
It is really gross.
They should just kill each other.
And keep it at that.
We
Stop
should just,
involving the rest of us.
We should put them all. It should be like a Colosseum type thing, you know, like ancient Rome. We
I
just
don't
stick them
know
all in
that
the
I-
middle.
I don't know that I love this line of planning. I would rather them not be able to write each other letters, though. I will support
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep my Colosseum ideas to myself.
I mean, if we were to bring back gladiators, I mean,
just am thinking you put them all in the center and see what happens. We don't let them out. We just let them all.
know, Nettie, you know that they would all sit down and hold hands and start plotting
Be
how
like,
to murder
"No,
the rest of us.
No, you're the better killer. No, you're the better killer. Like that.
No, just more like how do we kill the rest of these people? Because we
yeah.
all love to kill.
Okay, I see that. So one of you was posting the TikToks about the update about
In Hawaii?
Yeah,
That
the
was me.
Gerhardt. Oh yeah, you want to give us an update on that?
Oh, I mean, it's still in trial in Hawaii. This dirtbag Gerhardt tried to murder his lovely wife, Ariel. And just the testimony at trial, the videos and everything of the wife, my gosh,
Videos of her coming down the mountain being helped by the two nurses. And she can barely walk. She
can't
completely
stand.
soaked in blood.
Mm-hmm. And the testimony at trial, just this poor woman, all in one instance, she realizes that her husband is trying to kill her. She it just seemed so blindsided by all of this.
On her birthday.
Going on a lovely hike in Hawaii. And then these poor nurses who literally come upon the scene of him on top of her, striking her with this rock.
First, they
that
hear,
has like razor edges on it.
They hear her screaming. Yeah, this is like rough lava rock, like with little holes in it and divots. Like it's not a smooth stone. Not that it's good to have your head smashed in with a smooth stone, but it's like cutting her up.
Yes.
And they hear someone calling.
Well, and they're just a couple minutes into their hike. Like he decided to murder her like just a few minutes into this hike that they were on.
And the nurses heard her yelling, so they kind of ran up.
And their first thought, of course, was like, oh, somebody fell. And
well, no, they heard her say,
trail,
he's trying to kill me. Didn't they?
Well, they said their initial thought was somebody fell.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, yes, they do hear those kinds of things. But I mean, like, I think that would be my first thought as well. Like, what? I'm not going to stumble upon the scene of somebody getting murdered.
Well, and then now he's saying, like, his defense is she tried to kill him and he reacted in self-defense. Yeah. But I do declare, I do ask, who brings a syringe for self-defense full of a drug?
I haven't seen in the trial testimony yet if they found the syringe. My thought is he probably chucked it into the brush in Hawaii, which we know is quite lush.
It's findable.
But, I did just now see there have been video posted of the police and their investigation. And so I think we're about to find out.
Gosh, I hope so.
And yeah, these poor women who found, like, thank goodness though.
Yes.
And, like kind of thinking they're because one of them was testifying that they saw him on top of her and they yelled something like, hey, what are you doing? Or something. So he gets startled and then he just freezes. And one of the nurses was like, we made eye contact for probably 30 seconds.
He knew he was caught.
And and then Ariel gives her testimony of like she just kind of had to crab walk to the women. Yeah. Who they were like, we didn't want him to attack us.
Oh, I would have been terrified.
Oh, yes. And Gerhardt did not follow Ariel.
No, he took off for a while. Wasn't he gone for hours?
I don't know for hours because the police picked him up kind of close to the trail.
Did they? Okay.
But he like went off trail, I think, trying to flee the situation. And the cops picked him up. He had tried to resist. And so they kind of had to get rough with him. And then they got him, I want to say within the hour, but I could totally be wrong.
The vindictive, like...
And then he's just like, Ariel was saying that he was saying to her, you're done. You're sick of your fucking shit. Like all of this stuff.
Because she had an emotional affair. And she admits that it was an emotional affair. She admits that she was exchanging texts with a coworker.
Just divorce. Don't try and murder your wife.
What is the deal? But he said, like, when he was doing his self-defense claim, he said that morning, that on the trail, she said, okay, like they had an agreement that she would not talk to the coworker anymore. And that she was like, okay, I have to talk to him. We work together. This is ridiculous. And that then she attacked him. But I don't see how any of the evidence shows that. Like, I don't think he had any wounds.
Then she would have brought the syringe. He brought a effing syringe with him to try and dose her with something.
It's so awful. And they have little kids.
Just get a divorce.
I just cannot believe like the ability, first of all, that he has to fake the reconciliation. Because it sounds like he actually planned the trip to Hawaii with the intention of killing her on her birthday, but wrote her a love note that was all like, I love you. I'm so glad you chose me. We can get through anything. Thank you for, like just this kind of thing, like we'll make it through, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. We'll make it through this. And then just
tries to murder her.
It's insane.
Man.
You guys just get a divorce. It's so silly.
Seriously.
Oh. Did you guys see that they identified the killer in the Lover's Lane murder?
I think you sent us a TikTok.
Yes. Oh, yes. Who was it? I don't remember who it was. Does anyone remember?
I don't know. There was like a picture of an old man. I didn't remember the name.
Oh,
I'm really glad I left a vague note in our FUF notes.
He was identified, I believe, through DNA.
Floyd Parrott.
Yes.
Oh, who's that piece of shit?
Well, he is a POSFS for sure.
He's 64 now, and it was 1990 when he murdered Garland, Andy Atkinson, and Cheryl Henry.
Golly.
Just,
I'm pretty stoked. What was it with ew, he looks gross. Was it with this new like DNA? Like the familial DNA?
Yeah, I can't quite
police
remember.
have been using. I just hope all of the pieces of crap that have like committed senseless murders are quaking in their boots, because this DNA is coming for you.
It is. It continues to come for people.
Yeah.
And I love seeing it.
Well, I'll have to put a photo of that gross person on there. On a lighter note, did you guys see the two adorable girls who went to knock on their apartment neighbor's door?
Yes!
And with the Ring doorbell, the neighbor was able to talk to the girls, and then they were like, "Oh, okay, so we can't take your dog, but your apartment smells like smoke."
They're like, we hear an alarm. It
and
sounds
the
like it's
fire
coming
alarm,
from your house, because they would go and they would walk the neighbor's dogs regularly. And the woman's like, "Wait, what do you mean?" And she's like, "Well, let me see if I can smell smoke." And the little girl's like, "Yep, I can smell smoke." And her house was on fire, and the dog was in there.
The dog was in there with the fire.
So they were able to get I think the woman called the super.
Yeah. He unlocked it, and they were able to put out the fire and keep the dog safe.
Yeah. And
Oh my gosh, you guys didn't send that to me?
I think
it's in our sister
sent
chat.
it into the sister chat.
Definitely.
Oh.
On TikTok. I know sometimes there's so many messages where it's like, this is going to take me a full hour.
It might have been on Instagram.
Okay, I'll catch up.
Yeah, normally I'm the one that's not caught up, but
I thought I was caught up. That's why I'm like baffled and betrayed.
Yeah.
Oh, don't be betrayed.
Don't be betrayed. Okay. Kelly Fitzsimmons. Have you guys been following the Kelly Fitzsimmons case?
No, this does not even
just
sound familiar.
a little bit.
Okay, so brief rundown.
Okay.
Massachusetts. Right? Okay. I think same county or same area as the Karen Reed trial. This is the one where she was a cop. She is a cop. Well, was a cop. She's engaged to a firefighter. They have a baby together. And then she's experiencing some postpartum depression. The cops come to take her 4-month-old baby from her. Like they say, first of all, it was like just nuts. Like she waited for him for 4 hours. He was supposed to meet her for a play date at the park. She waited for him for 4 hours. Meanwhile, she has his location. She can see that he's at another woman's apartment. So she's a mess, of course. And then meanwhile, he's been on the phone with the police, basically broing them all, being like, how can I get the baby? And how can I do this? There's like recordings of them giving him advice. Like him being like, hey, can I talk to Lieutenant? Hey, this Lieutenant. Hey, I got your message. No, I'm here to help you. Like giving him advice on how to basically get custody of this little 4-month-old baby.
Ugh.
So the police go in and they say, we're doing an emergency injunction. We're taking custody of your child. He's really concerned about your mental health. And she was suffering from like some postpartum depression. She had already just been waiting for 4 hours for him, seeing that he was at another woman's location. The cop has to go upstairs with her while she like gathers her stuff, packs her stuff. She pulls out her fire alarm to shoot herself. She decides she's going to kill herself. What did I say?
Alarm.
Firearm. She pulls out her gun and he shoots her like twice in the chest. Shooting someone in the chest is a kill shot. She somehow survives.
Oh my gosh.
And then they do an investigation because she's like, why the hell? Like, why were they even coming to take custody of the baby? The baby was not in danger. Like, it would have to have been lies.
Mm-hmm.
So she was accused of trying to shoot the officer. So it was like Officer Noonan was like, well, she tried to shoot me. That's why I had to shoot her. He did not have his body cam on. None of the officers that went to retrieve the baby had body cam footage.
Suspicious.
And so the judge is like, her testimony is credible. I can't accuse her of attempted murder, and there was no justification in the shooting. So she was found not guilty. But she has not seen her baby. Her baby is now like 16 months old, and she has not seen the baby since it was taken from her. And she was put in jail when that baby was 4 months old.
Isn't that awful?
Oh my God.
And so now her lawyer is like saying they're going to get the FBI involved because it is crazy. You can hear these conversations of the
bros.
Justin colluding with the police that she works with.
Oh basically, they they served her with papers. She found out that she was being broken up with and that her baby was being taken away all within like 30 seconds with these people just showing up at her house. You know, like
Disgusting.
it was
Just
like,
share custody.
the guy just was like not willing to do it in an appropriate way. Like if you want to call off the engagement and co-parent in a peaceful way, like fine, but he literally was just abusing the system and taking a really bizarre, cowardly path
Yes.
to have somebody else do his dirty work.
And
Yeah.
I listened to like a recording where his sister is helping him and she's on the phone being like, okay, we just want to know, like, are we going to get in trouble if we do this and this? And what, like, can we prevent her from leaving the state because she's wanting to travel with the baby? Can we prevent her? Like, this is his sister.
Hell.
And they're like, well, no, she's the mother. And the person is like, you can't prevent her unless you file an emergency. Like the police are like, unless you file an emergency injunction and get like emergency custody.
Oh my God.
And it's just nuts. And there were videos that have been shared lately of like right before all of this happened where she's filming him and he is drunk and he is calling her all kinds of names.
Do
And
we know if
she's
she's
like-
going to be able to see her baby? I'm sorry, I interrupted what you were just saying.
I don't know. We don't know. She's working on it. Yeah, but that's
Pretty awful.
I mean, I think that this would be grounds for like the father is unfit if he's willing to do something like this to the mother.
Oh, he's 100% unfit. And after she's in the hospital, which so many people have said, like their family, it would have been so much more convenient for all of them if she had died. And they thought she would. Like it's a miracle she pulled through. Because then they
God.
would have been like, well, she tried to shoot Officer Noonan. He testifies to it, and he, justifiably shot her, and she was a danger to the baby, so we had to remove the baby. It would have all been justified, but because she survived against all odds, and so her stepdad or dad, I don't remember which one, is like a security expert, and went in, changed the locks on her apartment because Justin had left her. He no longer lived there. They weren't married even. Like he had left her. He no longer lived there. He had moved in with someone else. The stepdad or dad went in, changed all the locks, and they had security cameras in there already. Like he had the indoor security cameras. And then Justin goes in with his firefighter friends, breaks in on the instruction of the police. He is on the phone with the police, and they're saying, yeah, you can break in, just break the lock. So now the police are in trouble because they're basically telling him that he can break into a house he no longer lives in.
This is why we don't trust the police.
He steals her laptop. He steals a love note he had written her earlier, like in the week, that said what a good mom she was. Takes that, destroys it, steals her laptop, steals like $6,000 from her.
Oh my God.
And then returns it all. But all of it is on camera.
Yeah.
All of it is filmed.
Oh, thank goodness.
And yeah, it's just
accountability, people.
Also, his voice is the worst. If you watch any of the videos with him, he's like, Kelsey, you're the worst, Kelsey, you're the one.
Oh, it sounds like the bully from that cartoon Doug a million years ago.
Oh my gosh. I seriously, like,
Skeeter.
I just was expecting a manlier voice when I finally heard his recording. I was like, ew. He sounds, ugh.
What a piece of trash. You know what? That gives trash a bad name. He's worse than trash.
You would know because you are a trash detective.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I think that's a good wrap-up point. Like,
Yeah.
guilty, not guilty. That's a win.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
And let's just hope, I'm going to keep following this. Let's hope she gets custody back of her little baby who she got the infancy portion taken away from her.
Yeah.
When he needed
So awful.
his mom. He needed her milk. Like she was breastfeeding. He needed his mom. And you know what I mean? It's just the worst. It's unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
Shame on the
Awful.
police.
Guys, don't try and murder your exes. Also, let's not take children away from good moms.
Also, police, do your actual job and look at both sides. Don't just believe men immediately. Why are we doing this? Why
Seriously.
are we just, I'm like the thing with Dakota, the thing with Justin, it's just this thing of like, I got you, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, well, I'll help you, bro. Yeah, I get it, bro. Like,
yeah. It's so gross.
Hate it. It's so true.
Start doing better.
Well, yes. And mostly we're speaking to the police in Massachusetts. I will say I am a fan of any experience I've had with our local police.
Oh, yeah. They're great.
Sure.
Yeah.
Some are nice.
I have a hilarious story that I actually probably shouldn't share on here. Never mind.
Okay.
Hey, maybe Patreon, if we ever get that set up, you'll get to hear Haley's hilarious story.
Boom.
Emmy, you want to take us out?
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Again, we are the Spooky Darlings, and you can follow our content on all the platforms that you get your podcasts on. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram, where we share some pictures that go along with our episodes. You can look at our merch at the spookydarlings.printful.me. And thank you so much. As always, we appreciate any reviews or comments, and hit that 5-star button. We appreciate all of the feedback we can get. Tell your friends, etc.
Email us your stories.
Yeah, email us your stories at thespookydarlings@gmail.com. And thanks for listening. Goodbye.
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 5 stars.
Before we disappear into the shadows, don't forget, we're still sending out vinyl stickers. Leave us a rating and review and email us proof to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, along with your mailing address, and we'll send you some spooky snail mail while supplies last. And if your heart is still mourning that tote bag, may we gently tempt your way toward our merch store at thespookydarlings.printful.me. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Thanks for listening. And as always, stay spooky.